And Cowboy running back room got a weird case. Why is he around? Oh. Come on
inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for being here. Welcome. Love you to pieces. Shouts out to all my constituents. Cool. Audio's cool. Shouts out to all my constituents over there at Bleach Report. Come on in. Hey, man, we got a cool little show for y'all today. VOCHLOMBARDI on all platforms. Let me just go ahead and put that up there. Hold on. Let me just make sure y'all can see with your eyes. There we go. Voch Lombardi on everything, man. Y'all be sure to hit the button so that y'all can know when I go live on Bleach Report. Appreciate you. And, you know, follow me, Voch Lombardi, on Twitter. Follow me, Voch Lombardi, on YouTube. Voch Lombardi everywhere. Appreciate y'all. Listen, escuchar. Spanish Voch. Espanol Voch. Bleach Report tapped me on the shoulder today. I love when they tap me on the shoulder. They tapped me on the shoulder today and they say, Voch, we want you to humor us with some possible trade outcomes. Now, I kind of want to put a little spin on it, right? They asked for trades, Cowboy trades in particular. But I want to talk about trades at different times it could happen. I also want to talk about trades at different compensations, because let's just be real here. If I could be real for a minute, as I get my facts button ready, if I could just be real for a minute, when I hear words like the Cowboys are trading picks to acquire somebody, we're not doing the Amari Cooper thing no more.
It's fact. Yes. Yes. A similar event did take place.
We are sending 5th, 6th, hopefully 7th, 8th-round picks. We're calling in favors. We do not want to give up. And look, we got 10 picks next year. We got draft capital. So I think it's realistic. But like, man, I'm talking about Stephen Jones on the phone. Like, hey, man, next year, if you get an undrafted free agent, we won't call him. We'll just let you do it. Like, we trying to do anything. When I say we, I mean them, not me and you. The Cowboys are trying to do anything that they can to save that draft capital. But you got compensatory picks. Tyron's going to be one. Biotish, surprisingly, is going to be one. Dorn's going to get you a little bit hilariously. Like, you have options here when it comes to your trade compensation. But we know the Cowboys not going to give up anything ridiculous. So I'm just going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you how I got here. When we talk about possible trade targets, I'm only talking about running backs, okay? We're not going to trade for a new quarterback, because I know how some Cowboys, Cowboy fans can get sometimes. I don't think we're going to be trading for any wide receivers or anything like that. I think the Cowboys may be set on that group. Like, if anything, they may be like poaching practice squads or whatever, but I think the Cowboys feel good about what they have there. Linebackers, they've been drafted. The only other spot I can see the Cowboys possibly looking at is like one tech, because we don't know what this whole Mozzie Smith thing is looking like. But I think they're just going to lean on Zimmer, and they're going to lean on, edge play and all that kind of stuff to deal with the run game. But if I had to bet, the Cowboys have to be looking to trade running back at some point. They got to be looking to trade for running back at some point. And, I kind of got 5 options for y'all today, man. Thanks for tapping in. Hey, come on in. Let me talk to you today, man. So Rico Dowdle is currently your running back 1. And Ezekiel Elliott is your and a possible. Sometimes I ask this question, right? Let me just set this poll up here. Because we ain't doing nothing else. All right, here we go. What was trash? I don't want to say trash. That's terrible. What was bad last year? No. I want to go, who's at fault? Chat, rock with me for a second. Because I'm about to full circle this. Who's at fault? Run scheme / blocking, or Deuce Vaughn? We got to talk, chat. This is a notorious chicken or the egg discussion. Was the run scheme and the blocking trash, Or can we not just count on Deuce Vaughn? I think we got to figure all these things out before we get going, man. Mike McCarthy came out and said, hey, man, we're not going to use Zeke in the traditional Zeke fashion. This is a running back by committee. Zeke came out and said, hey, man, I'm still dominant, and I'm going to come out and show y'all I'm still dominant. And, hey, man, I'm going to go in there and teach the young guy. Like, Zeke think he's the guy here. Go and check out his home run derby interview. He thinks he's the guy here. Schottenheimer this year, Schottenheimer last year, Schottenheimer last preseason. Yo, Schotty, what we're going to do about the run game? Schottenheimer will look around like, hey, man, shit, we don't know what the problem is with the run game. We're going to figure it out. We got the dudes to figure it out. Nobody knows nothing. Check out Jeff Blasco. He's the run game coordinator. It should probably be fine. Check out Jeff Blasco's coach's interview. It's on DallasCowboys.com or the Dallas Cowboys YouTube or whatever. He said, hey, man, this thing going to be week to week. We don't know who the hell going to be the running back. He said, man, it may be 40-40-20 one week. It may be 30-30. He's just doing equations in his mind. So, Chat, I really think the Cowboys have no clue what they're doing with running back right now. I just think we're going to throw Royce Freeman in the pot, because I almost called him buddy from last year. We're going to throw Royce Freeman in the pot. Malik Davis going to throw in that pot. We're going to put Rico Gathers and hope he don't get injured in that pot. Zeke is going to be in that pot. Deuce Vaughn is going to be in that pot. Hunter Lipke may get grandfathered into this thing because he played fullback, but he's technically a running back on your roster. And we're going to try to figure this thing out, chat. But a couple of things can happen to you. Let me pull my media section up. A couple of things can happen to you. There are 2 points in this season where we can realize we garbage at running back. We can get to preseason game 3 and go, boy, I think we're pretty garbage at running back, because we're not going to find out at camp, because we're not, we don't tackle to the ground at camp. We safe practice at camp. They may tackle some of the day 3 guys, some of the rookie guys, but we don't, for sure. We don't know if Zeke or Rico is going to be good. We might have to get to preseason game 2, real season game 2, right? I think preseason game 2 is going to be one of them. But your trade deadline. Your trade deadline is going to tell you everything you need to know. We got Lions week 6. We got bye week 7. That means we have an emergency. We ain't going to find out what the business is till we meet San Francisco. Oh, no. Oh, no. You mean to tell me we're going to make a trade, sit on it on week 7, and the first day we got to roll a trade out in San Francisco? Oh, no. But that's the business, though, chat. I got a couple trade ideas for you. Y'all ain't got to love them. Bleach Report just tapped me on the shoulder and asked me for it. But I think all these trades are going to happen on, they're going to happen in I would say a different degree of urgency, I would say. If you feel like we cool, we just need an extra piece, all right, I'll give you one of my compensatory 6-round picks to get this player. Maybe a player you don't value too much. He's at the bottom of your roster, end of his contract or something like that, and you'll just kind of give him up cheap. It might be an emergency where we may give up a 4th or a 3rd for a player to really make a run for it. But y'all know how Steven and the boy get. So let's get into it, chat. I got 4 ideas about how we can get a running back here. This ain't gonna happen, but we just talking today, right? I seen Najee Harris is floating around the internet, and I was like, man, ain't no way Cowboys finna trade no damn. I was like, ain't no way Cowboys about to trade no damn Pittsburgh for no Najee Harris. But if you do a little more research, Najee Harris got a little contract that Pittsburgh don't want to pay for. In real life, we don't want to pay for it neither, but damn it, it's an emergency. Help. And whenever we get these rookies at the end of these contracts, like, first of all, Pittsburgh don't really pay running backs anyway. Like, they pay their, big 5 spots, right? They'll pay quarterback if they got one, quarterback, wide receiver, cornerback. And it depends on the wide receiver, really, but pass rusher, offensive lineman. But what'll happen with Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh notoriously ain't finna hold on to running back. So, man, I'm looking at Najee Harris, man. How much is going to cost me to turn one of them Pittsburgh Najee Harris into a Dallas Cowboy Najee Harris pies? You know what I'm saying? And it may cost a 5th. It may cost a 4th. But if we had to trade deadline and we know Pittsburgh like they picks, Cowboys like them too, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Plus, we have to be honest with the idea that Najee Harris really hadn't done much in Pittsburgh in the first place.
It's fact. Yes. Yes. A similar event did take place.
It ain't like we talking about Saquon Barkley here. Like, it's not like we talking about Jonathan Taylor here. It's not like we're talking about one of the best running backs in the league. I think you can look at Pittsburgh's relationship with Najee Harris, and you can consider the first round, value that they paid for him, and you can say that Najee Harris has been a disappointment in Pittsburgh. I think they'll give up Najee Harris to get a pick or something like that. And this is the funny part about Najee Harris, and I'm probably gonna say this about every one of these cats on this list. Najee Harris will probably come in and be the best running back on your roster. I'm just saying. But it's okay because Voch got a backup plan. What if Pittsburgh say, hell no, we not doing it? I've done this on YouTube a little bit, but I haven't done this on Bleach Report before. Something interesting happened in the draft. Two things interesting happened in the draft. We're going to start with the Miami Dolphins and their depth chart. Make sure I ain't in the way. Let me move some shit around. Let me move some stuff around. Let me stuff in here. Chat. Can I move the chat? No, that's cool. We'll just leave it right here. Chat, I see something interesting here, right? The Miami Dolphins drafted Jalen Wright, running back from Tennessee. He was a 4th round pick, but he was a bad MFer, boy. He was cold. He was cold. But if I put my thinking cap on, like they got Raheem Mostert already. He's making like decent running back old man money, but yeah, and him being old could possibly make me feel like he ain't gonna be there for a while, but he's making decent running back money. Plus, he's been as healthy and he's rushed for as many yards as he's ever rushed for in his life. I'm talking about Mostert now. Now, could he be rushing for all these damn yards because he's healthy? Possibly. Devin A-Chain was a running back that they drafted last year. Safe to say he's going to be a star. Savon Ahmed has gotten plenty carries for the Dolphins. Jeff Wilson has gotten plenty carries for the Dolphins. Those are two ex-San Francisco guys, and their whole coaching staff is basically ex-San Francisco guys. They can trust those guys, right? In my mind, if they keep 3 running backs, the Dolphins have a bit of a surplus here. I don't think they trade Mostert. I don't think they trade Mostert. He was their running back 1 last year. A-Chain got like 1,000 yards and 20 carries or some goofy shit. Jalen Wright is a flat out stud. So what you gonna do with Jeff Wilson and Savon Ahmed? I think Jeff Wilson, he wouldn't be a redundancy for the other guys, right? Because every week he could be an active pass catching running back for you. Savon Ahmed, he'll probably get cut. So that's leaving you with 4 running backs and a fullback that they like. Alec Ingold is a dude that they use a bunch. Chat, let me just ask y'all this. Do you think it's unrealistic to believe that the Miami Dolphins can keep Mostert, A-Chain, Wright, and Jeff Wilson? Because we keep it in the buck, I'll be fine with Jeff Wilson. Give me Jeff Wilson. He'll be your supplementary back. Come in, catch some passes for you, get about 8-10 carries or something like that, and he's a better than Deuce Vaughn option for you, in my personal opinion. In my personal opinion. Jeff Wilson been one of them dudes that's been sitting at the bottom of the depth chart for years. But every time San Francisco called for Jeff Wilson go out there and get you 100 yards. Every time Miami Dolphins call for Jeff Wilson, he'll go get you 100 yards. If you a real life fantasy football player, you know how Jeff Wilson get down. Chat, do y'all think the Dolphins would keep Mostert, A-Chain, Jalen Wright, and Jeff Wilson? I think it's a real life conversation you can have, man. But that's not the only depth chart I got for y'all today, chat. Oh, no, that's not the only depth chart. No way.
Not this time. We created it.
I got some more. I got one more depth chart for y'all and another player that we can think about that makes a lot of sense. The Jets did something very interesting. So Breece Hall is their stud. They ain't run the ball with him as much as they probably could have last year. But hey, man, your quarterback was a MILF hunter. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Zach Wilson playing quarterback for you? I mean, get a ball to Breece Hall. That'll be a start, but you know how it go. Israel Abanikanda was a player that if you're a draft dude, you've heard of him a whole bunch. And he was sitting around on the roster just waiting to be used, just waiting to be inserted in the lineup. And I think Jets fans love Israel. I think draft dudes love Israel. I think the Cowboys, if they were to acquire Israel, he come in better than Rico and Zeke right now. When Zeke was the running back one for the damn Patriots, he averaged 2.5 yards a carry, dog. Israel can give me that. But chat, the Jets did something particularly strange. They did something particularly strange. They drafted Braylon Allen, running back, Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin. And they drafted Isaiah Davis from South Dakota State. Yeah, South Dakota State. Now they got 4 running backs, chat. If I'm going by the same logic, of first of all, this is an Aaron Rodgers led team. They gonna throw the damn football. Let's just keep it a buck here. They're gonna throw the damn football. Chat, I just want to ask y'all, do you think the Jets keep those 4 running backs? I don't think so. Because look, at the end of the day, if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm waiting for your goof ass to put him out on practice squad. Yeah, put Isaiah Davis or you can't put Braylon Allen on practice squad. I'm coming to snatch him up from you. And Isaiah Davis. These are dudes that were coveted running backs in day 3. That's where the run happened. Day 3. Teams were flying to the damn board to go get these dudes in day 3. You can't let Braylon Allen, Israel Abanikanda, and Isaiah Davis sit around and on practice squad. We're gonna snatch his little ass up. Chat, do you really think on this past first team, Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, Malachi Court, man, they finna throw the football. Alan Lazard, man, they finna throw that shit. Chat, do y'all really think they keep Breece, Abanikanda, Allen, and Davis, all 4 of them? Chat, what y'all think? I'll be sitting around tapping my watch like, when you gonna cut one of them? Or you can get ahead of this whole thing and, hey man, I got a 5th. Hey, that same 5th you drafted Buddy for, I got a 5th for you. Pick up the phone. Chat, I got one more. That makes a little bit of sense, but not too much sense, but we can talk about it. Let me make another poll, because I think let me make it end this poll. Hold on. Let me see. How do I end the poll? I don't know how to end the poll. We just gonna make a new one.
Hear what I said.
We just gonna make a new one. Do these teams push a T keep four running backs? Yes. No. Hold on. I put a capital no, so I gotta put a capital Y. Come on, man. Got consistency, continuity. Chat, do you think it's strange that I think that? Because if you think I'm full of, I can cuss on Bleacher Report. If you think I'm full of it, you can let me know. You can let me know if I'm full of it. By the way, I'm looking at the other scheme, and people aren't blaming Deuce Vaughn. They're blaming our run scheme and our blocking. Tyler Biotis really gave you a hard time in your run blocking department last year. I ain't gonna hold against him, but he really gave you a hard time. But it seems like a lot of y'all got a little more faith than Deuce. Are y'all cool with just, like, hey man, we'll just roll out Deuce and just see what happens? I mean, Deuce might be your best option right now. Like if you're a running back, if your offensive line blocks it up pretty good, Deuce might be your best option. But we just talking right now. Chat, real quick. One last thing and I'm gonna get up out of here. Now, in real life, I don't think this makes a whole bunch of sense because they only got 2 running backs that they could use for real. Khalil Herbert for the Bears. I love Khalil Herbert, but I think they do too. I think they love Khalil. I think they love Roshan. I think they love Swift. I think they find a way to keep them all. But that's what I hate about day 3 in the draft this year. It's like everybody was just, even if they didn't need running backs, they was just drafting them and just stowing them away. And that annoyed the piss out of me because the Cowboys was the only team that needed a running back. Everybody else was just grabbing them and stowing them. The Cowboys needed a running back. We didn't take one, which was cool. Chat. This ain't gonna make a whole bunch of sense because the running back I'm about to pull up, the team needs him. Like their team needs that running back. He's their backup guy. But they got a bell cow already, right? And there's not a whole bunch of teams that got a bell cow. Trust me, I looked through the depth charts and more teams are gonna be, committee backing than bell cow backing. Chat. The only reason I'm bringing up Tyler Allgeier's name is because he's up for a payday and I don't think they pay it. The only reason I'm bringing up Tyler Allgeier's name, I believe after this year he's up for free agency. After this year, I believe. So if you the Falcons, and mind you, something else about the Falcons we could just come out and appreciate real fast, just something we could appreciate. Arthur Smith is gone. So with Arthur Smith being gone, he's not going to hand the ball to Cordero Patterson, and he's not going to hand the ball to the fourth string running back, and he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Arthur Smith was out here throwing the ball to John Lou Smith when you got Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? He was giving the ball to Cordero Patterson in real life when you got Bijan on the team. It's not a whole bunch of bell cow backs in the league. It's not a whole bunch of them. But Raheem got a history of just rolling with his guy, which is Bijan in real life. Like Bijan's your guy. If we could just keep it a buck for a second. You could keep Tyler Allgeier and just let him go to free agency, or you can get this draft pick for him right now and y'all can use one of your other running backs that you clearly like because he's still on the roster. Chat, I said it before, I'll say it again. Tyler Allgeier is the best running back on the Dallas Cowboys. Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what I said?
And I don't know if that's sad or not. But hey, if you're a fantasy football player, you're a Cowboy fan, you know how Tyler Allgeier get down. You are familiar with his game. If I have to guess, Bijan Robinson is about to take a huge step in carries. A huge step in carries. A bump up in carries. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Allgeier ends up being a dude that they would deem disposable. Now, if Bijan get hurt, they'll love to have him. Knock on wood, because we don't want Bijan to get hurt. If Bijan gets hurt, you'll love to have him. But I think Allgeier's free agency makes this make a little bit of sense. Let me hop in the chat real quick, see what y'all talking about. You like Tyler? Shit, me too. I think, or should I say, I hope that Zeke comes in with a chip on his shoulders. I mean, he's got something to prove. He's got to prove something. Let me tell you something. Ezekiel Elliott can have all the chips and the dip on his shoulders. And look, not just like the Ruffles or the Totinos or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got Mexican friends. They'll take a damn tortilla, cut it in fours, and deep fry to make a thick ass chip. A thick ass tortilla chip for that guacamole. You feel me? Zeke can have one of them on his shoulders. He can have a deep fried tortilla on his shoulders. I don't think it's enough. Y'all know Zeke come out every year with them. Look at my footwork drills. Where the camera just shaking and where there's a cameraman in front of him and it's just really just Zeke running through drills and the cameraman shaking. And we always go, hey man, Zeke looks a little impressive. Boy, this year, man, that camera was just shaking a little slower. Hey man, that camera was just a little slower than it used to be, wasn't it? I wish I had the video, man. That camera just wasn't shaking as fast as it normally would be. So am I excited for the number 15 era of Zeke? Hey, I don't know. 2.5 carry, 2.5 yards a carry as a lead back last year it's concerning. Now, if Zeke wants to come in and embrace some role where he sit his ass down and Rico is your air quote juice guy and Zeke comes in and get your tough yards and your goal line carries and your tush pushes. If you want to come do all that, man, I can't hate on, Zeke coming in accepting his role. But chat, y'all know one thing that's associated with Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys. It's politics as usual. Let me ask y'all a question. It's on my YouTube, by the way. Voch Lombardi on YouTube. Does seniority roll over? Does seniority roll over? There was a long time where Zeke was around. Zeke was on the team. And Zeke would look at a better running back on the field and he'll wave and be like, hey, man, come out. I'm about to go in. Zeke had enough clout, air quote clout, to take a better running back off the field and run his ass on it. But in my mind, Zeke was able to do that because he had the seniority. He's Zeke. He had the clout. He's the guy, right? So what I'm curious about is, does that clout roll over? Like, is Zeke allowed to go to the Patriots, have a terrible year, and come back and look at Rico Dowdle and go, hey, come off the field, I'm coming on? Jablonski says, same head coach, seniority definitely rolls over. Mike McCarthy is soft. I ain't calling him soft. But we've seen Zeke tell him what to do. We have seen Zeke tell Mike McCarthy what he is and what he ain't gonna do. I mean, that's just facts. I can't complain. I can't fool with you. I'm on Twitter trying to find this Zeke ladder drill video, man, because it just looks slower than all his other drills have been. It's just no. It's just. And then look, just another problem about Zeke is Zeke will be cool for like a couple of games, and that's subjective. I don't even know what cool means, right? Like cool means differently here, right? But Zeke will be cool for a couple of games. When I mean a couple, I mean 3. But by the time we get to game 4, man, Zeke is just a whole nother dude, man. Zeke is a whole nother dude by the time we get to game 4. I can't find the video. It's all good. But chat, do y'all have any questions before I get up out of here, man? I really wanted to find that ladder drill of Zeke looking way slower than his older ladder drills have been. Zeke even look old. Zeke look like an old man now. He like an old man now. He ain't even the youthful. Zeke look exhausted, man. Look at Zeke, man. Zeke exhausted, bro. No. I like Pierce from Houston, but I think they like him too. I think he'll be I think he's gonna be behind Joe Mixon guy. I think Pierce is just gonna be bona fide behind Joe Mixon guy, which is interesting because he was behind Devin Singletary guy. So you might be on something. The name Zeke is old itself biblically. The name Zeke is in the oldest book on earth. Facts. Can you imagine Thanksgiving come around and Zeke scores a touchdown from the 1 and he tried to jump in that Salvation Army band, but he ain't as spry as he used to be and he can't get over that hump? You just imagine that, man. I hope Rico Dowdle takes the job convincingly. Jeff, Israel, Pierce, Allgeier, if you can get one of them for a day 3 pick, which one for our squad? I think Allgeier might be the best of those guys. Chad, hold on. So look, while we here, right? Sean Christian made an interesting point. while we're here, let me add this to my media section because I had another one pulled up. I had another one ready for y'all. I just didn't do it because, you know, Bleach Report, I don't want to be talking y'all head off or whatever, but I had another one. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all another depth chart I thought was interesting. Let me pull this up in my Bleach Report media section. Here's another depth chart that I thought was interesting. Let me give a shout out. Who said it? Sean Christian. He says, if only we could afford King Henry. So look, I don't think Derrick Henry was ever going to be in the discussion, right? But chat, let me just humor y'all for a second, right? The Ravens got a pretty interesting depth chart too. They got an interesting running back room also. Derrick Henry is their 2-year big money star running back guy. They draft Rasheen Ali. Cowboys love him. Cowboys love Rasheen Ali. Justice Hill. They love the what's the name? What you say now, Chuck? The Ravens love Justice. They've been keeping Justice Hill their whole life. And no matter who the starting the running back is, they always find a way to get Justice Hill involved. They love Justice Hill. But why is Keaton Mitchell down in the 4th spot? I thought that was interesting. Keaton Mitchell was down in the 4th spot and people were clamoring to get him on the field. The Ravens really wanted him on the field. When he was on the field, he had like one of the higher yards per carry, but he tore his ACL. Keaton Mitchell tore his ACL at the end of the season, like Raven running backs, some in the water, sir. I don't know. But chat, here's another lineup of 4 running backs. The Cowboys like Rasheen Ali pre-draft. Keaton Mitchell, Justice Hill, Derrick Henry. You think there's a situation where one of those 4 running backs get up out the paint? I imagine, I mean, Rasheen Ali is not Teflon there. He's a 5th round pick, you know? He could be cut. And if he does get cut, the Cowboys can easily acquire him because he was a guy that they loved. He was a 30 visit guy. And they was trying to get him, you know, undrafted, but Kalen Carson was there. You can't pass up on, you know, a 3rd round grade outside cornerback. You just, you know, for a running back, you just can't do that. But if Rasheen Ali was just sitting around for free, I think you will take a chance on him. But what if they like Rasheen Ali more than we like Rasheen Ali? What if it's Keaton Mitchell? And look, even if it's Justice Hill, I'll take the depth. I'll take the depth of Justice Hill. It ain't going to be Derrick Henry. We know that. But I just wonder why Keaton Mitchell way down there at running back 4 on the depth chart. I thought it was interesting, chat. I ain't want to talk about this today, but I just put it up there. You can see it if you want to, man, but I just, chat, am I tripping? Am I BSing? I don't know. It's crazy how everybody got a couple of running backs, but as dog, we literally have nothing. And look, some teams got 5 running backs I like. The Cowboys don't have one. But anyway, hey, man, we'll figure it out soon. We either going to learn this at the end of training camp, preseason game 2, or by the trade deadline. So we'll figure it out whenever we get there, all right? Appreciate y'all for being there. Follow me on all platforms. Voch Lombardi, spelled just like this. I'm sure you can tap on me on the Bleach Report app, and I'm sure that if I go live, y'all will be able to, you know, get a notification of some sort. So we'll cross that bridge whenever we get there. Or you can check me out on YouTube. All my work is on YouTube at Voch Lombardi. All right. Y'all hold it down for the Dosey Wilson. Peace, man. Love y'all. Till next time. Peace. Let's go get Allgeier, man.